So the next one I'm sharing is Freda. Freda is a little bit different from some of my more recent ones. It's a bit more of a writing journal. I was quite heavily inspired by Sarah from Crafty Paper Bits. So she's got a sort of tapestry type cover on it with a belly band on the front. I've put two of these lilac sari silks on, so if you wanted to, you could eyelet it here and tie them that way. I can do that for you if you'd like. On the front cover, just patchworked, this is paper image on here from a digital, and then there's some vintage fabrics, just creating a belly band with some old Italian paper there. And this is a long tag that I've just put together. It does stay without the clip, but I quite liked the clip just at the top, and it makes everything a bit more secure. So there she is. There's less handmade ephemera in this, and the idea, I think, really is for you to take everything out and put your own things in. That's what I would do if it was my journal. So inside, I've made a pocket, and there's some vintage note paper. This is scrapbook card down here. A little piece of Edith Holden paper, and a vintage photograph, 1940s or 50s. On this page, this is an original docket from 1884. I've done a cheesecloth ruffle. You'll see little bits of collage in this one in various places. I think this is a ruby and pearl digital, and I've mounted some tissue paper on the back of it, so you can write on there. This is collage. Again, scraps of collage paper. I'd seen Sarah sort of wrap this round to make the pocket, which I thought was a good idea. So this is an old document, and there's some, it's not vintage paper, but it's made to look like vintage paper. There's some stamps there from India, and this is a oh, I'm umming too much, Beatrix Potter page, and then a photograph. On this page, there's an envelope. I've got a date on that. It's quite old, pre-decimal. And a little piece from a cigarette card album, some ruffle. And then on this side, still clipped in, I've got an old book page, two old book pages, and a vintage playing card. This is some tea-dyed paper, and I've put an unconstructed envelope on there for you. So again, you can use that how you'd like to. This I have made. This is just a little piece of vintage fabric on tea-dyed paper, and in there there's a library card and a vintage dog photograph. This is a postcard. I think it's 1905. You can just see there, no stamp. And this is vintage ledger paper. Here I've added a document from 1902. And on this side, there's a little tuck there, but I've pinned it as well. There's a couple of vintage, this is an atlas page and an old receipt. Fabric tab. This is some Tim Holtz tissue around there. This I think is Amity Bloom, and on this side got a wages envelope, glassine and a tea bag. A bit of glitter. In here there's a book page, a flower fairy page, and this is from a vintage book, an illustration from a vintage book. This is some of the fabric, same as the cover. Here we've got a vellum belly band with some vintage squared paper there, and another flower fairy image. This is from a 1921 ledger. This is another tuck spot, and again that's from an old stamp book, and some doilies. This again is a Beatrix Potter image, and then on this side 1958 envelope. This is from a Encyclopedia of Horticulture, and a little bit more Edith Holden paper. On this side, this is a page from an old typewriting exercise book, and from a cigarette card album. Here there's an old postcard, French postcard, a bit more of that cheesecloth. And then on this side, this is from an old birthday card, just book pages, and I've stuck some stamps on here and a bit more of that glittery washi tape, sorry. Botanical image, book page. This is where I come from, Warwickshire. And the wine label. Going straight, you know, have to be straight. Here we've got a computer card and a contemporary postcard. A bit more collage. This is an old postcard. I've got some pieces of ledger in there, and a botanical image. This is a little bit more from the cover. I made the cover from an old scarf. This I've stuck on this lady. She's from chapter 1, one of the chapter 1 kits. In here, some vintage note paper, the vintage image, and this is an original mini cabinet card. In this one, you can see there's just various bits and pieces in there, including a botanical image. And then on the back, I've got this, these are Stratford photographs, like a tourist. I imagine this was sold as a tourist thing. Stratford-on-Avon, Anne Hathaway's cottage. Stratford is in Warwickshire, near where I live. So that's just on the back of that one. And in the back here, I've got a telegram from 1950 and an old, it's a sheet from a newsagent's when they used to do everything by hand, account everything for hand. And this is the back of that document. So this one is Freda. It's a little bit less expensive than my more usual ones, but not very much. There's still quite a lot of work in it. But if you take everything out, then you've got things to play with and room to fill up a journal yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.